So, hi, I'm Nancy Cross with eXp Realty, and I am here with Adam Cohen of Horizon Public Adjusters. And
Thank
I
you for having
wanted
me.
I wanted to introduce you because I've been in real estate for 22 years, and my first 10 years, I had never heard of a public adjuster, no idea what you did or that you even existed. And so, can you tell us what is a public adjuster?
Of course, and thank you for having me. We are the best kept secret in the industry. There are only two professions who can challenge an insurance claim, a public adjuster being one of them, and an
Mhm.
attorney. So, as you just mentioned, no one really knows what a public adjuster is unless you've had to use this before. But basically, to put it all to sum it all up, I am a licensed trained professional to process insurance claims and to quantify an insurance loss. So, excuse me. So basically, we help homeowners and businesses from start to finish file their claim, go through the entire claims process, and make sure that they get paid for every dollar that they're owed. Does that make sense?
I think so. But you're not an insurance agent.
Correct. So there are three
Okay.
types of adjusters. There's an insurance adjuster who works for the insurance company. There are independent adjusters who get hired as third parties. And there is a public adjuster who strictly works with the general public and processes their claims on behalf of the general public.
Okay.
So we basically hold the insurance companies accountable to make sure that they're playing fair, um, making sure that they pay for all of the damage that they insure you with when you purchase a home or a business.
Ooh, insurance companies playing fair. Okay. Sorry to my insurance friends. So what's the benefit to the homeowner if we were to recommend you to go, to use a public adjuster?
Of course. So first off, if anyone has ever processed an insurance claim before, it is a full time job. Filing paperwork, calling contractors, quantifying the loss, if you will. It is a full time job. We handle all of the paperwork for you, help with quantifying the loss as well. But more so, we make sure you get paid for everything, all of the damage. So your insurance contract basically insures you to return your house to pre-loss condition. So, for example, if you had a plumbing leak and you had to jackhammer your floors and you had some tiles that had to be ripped up, usually the insurance companies will pay for access. But if all of that tile is continuous, they have to pay for all of the tiles. But when you rip up tile, you also have to rip up baseboards if you're doing it correctly, which in turn damages the walls and the paint. So we make sure that your house is returned to pre-loss condition. More importantly, the insurance company is making sure that they pay for everything that they say they would in your policy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know a friend of mine had a leak in her slab in her kitchen, and
Mhm.
they had a hard time finding it. And the insurance company wanted to come in and just put down new floors, but they actually had to do exactly what you said. They had to go in and jackhammer the floors, actually find where the leak was, get that all repaired, and put it all back. So I that's a huge job.
Exactly, and most of the time it's like playing detective. You might have situations that arise that you might not even know happened, or just like you said, finding a leak. I've processed hundreds of claims before. No claim is the same, but there's a lot of rhyme and reason to them, and just knowing kind of how the house works, just as you being a realtor or a inspector, it just helps with really figuring out what the root problem is. Last thing we ever want to do is put a band-aid on a bullet, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me about some of the things that you've helped homeowners with.
Well, of course, living in the great Sunshine State, hurricanes is a big part of our business. So making sure that insurance companies are not only paying for the roof but all the damage inside the home. Hurricane Ian was devastating. Helped multiple homeowners as well as businesses, making sure that they got every dollar that they owed, so they could get their house back to pre-loss condition and more so, protect their asset. That's what insurance is. Um, it's one of, if not the biggest purchase that you'll ever have in your life, and you have
Mm,
insurance for a reason.
okay.
So you pay your premiums every month. We want to make sure that you're getting every dollar that you're owed.
Mm. So say for example, I find that I've got a leak in my kitchen or in one of my bathrooms. At what point would I contact you to help me?
Great question. I always advise everyone, if you think you need to call your insurance agent, call public adjuster first. Um, we are licensed trained professionals to interpret your insurance policy, and we tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. A lot of people don't realize that they don't have coverage for certain things. That's why I recommend, we will tell you what you're insured for, but also what the insurance company should be paying for. So, instead of just calling your insurance company, you're better off calling someone, a third party, if you will, that will tell you what the insurance company should pay for. Hopefully they're great about it and they pay you what you're owed, but at least you have another option, more so you know what to expect and your expectations are set correct.
Okay. So kind of like if you, bad analogy, but kind of like if you were in a car accident, the first thing you want to do is not call the insurance company. You want to call the attorney
And
and not talk to the insurance company.
that's actually the perfect analogy. I couldn't have a better one myself. That's exactly the same situation, especially when it comes to home insurance.
Okay, all right. Now I know you've been talking about doing reviews of people's homeowners insurance so you can educate them on what they're actually covered for to help them, make informed decision, like do they need flood insurance if it's not required? What's covered, what's not? Is that something that people can contact you for a review?
Absolutely. One of the things that I've seen a lot of tragedy with is you don't know something until you use it,
Mhm,
and you don't know what you don't know. I love educating people, more so letting them know what they actually have in their policy. So,
mhm,
for example, I've come across a lot of cases specifically with water damage where someone will think that their entire house is insured for their dwelling, which is coverage A. But on page 72 of 78, there might be an exclusion that says you only have $10,000 or you have a cap.
oof,
So, you I like to educate people and letting them know exactly what they do have, areas where they might be exposed, and more so just letting them know, like, hey, you don't have flood insurance, but it might be a good thing. Let me explain to you the difference between flood and homeowners. A lot of people, insurance is very confusing from the get go.
mhm.
So just making sure that people understand that what they're covered for and making sure that they are educated and know exactly what is covered and what is not covered.
Well, God love you because I would be the last person to sit there and read 72 pages of my homeowner's insurance. There's just no way. I don't have that. It's not in me.
You and a lot of other people, except myself and attorneys. Public adjusters and attorneys are probably the only ones that like to, or I should say, do read the actual full policy.
So Adam, once somebody makes a claim, how do you get paid? And what does the homeowner pay you?
Yes, so we public adjusters are paid a percentage of the claim, and that varies depending on the severity of the claim, how intense it will be, as well as how difficult. So that fee will vary, but we only get paid if you get paid. So there's no money out of pocket. Um, the only time we ever get paid is basically when you receive a check, also.
Okay, okay.
So I'm the best kept secret. I give a lot of free advice. My phone is always open. All anyone needs to do is just pick up the phone, call me, and I don't get charged unless I get you money.
Okay, so that brings me to my next question. How does somebody get in touch with you to either get a review or ask a question to
Yeah.
get some help with filing a
Best thing to
claim?
do would be to send me an email with your full policy. So the either 40 to 70 page policy. or feel free to give me a call. I'm always accessible. If I don't pick up, if I'm in an inspection, please leave a message and I'll get right back to you. But the best thing to do is to send an email with your policy so I can go over that. Then we can schedule a call. Or if you just want to call me and pick my brain, I do need your policy so I could actually know exactly what you're insured for and answer any questions.
And what's the best number to call you?
561-350-0874. That's my
Great, and
cell phone.
I'll put that down below.
Perfect.
So, Adam, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time in explaining what you do and that hidden gem that we have in you to help homeowners.
Well,
And
thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And I'm the number you want to have but never want to use, but I'm always here to help.
great. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.